My battery is currently dead, so I'll be in this Walmart parking lot while it charges here in Crowley, Texas. And while I'm waiting for my battery to charge to hopefully start my van so I can continue my journey through life, I'd like to talk about said story that I'm about to talk to you, not at you, right now. So this is a funny story. Well, not funny, kind of. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. So, as everybody remembers, the George Floyd riots of 2020, a very dark time in our nation's history, and I'm not being facetious. I'm actually really honestly telling the truth. So we all know what happened with that. We're going to have our disagreements about whether Derek Chauvin was guilty or not guilty or blah, blah, blah. Not really about that, but you can discuss it in the comments below. This is a free speech channel. So anyways, I'm talking about this story today because I read something I think is absolutely hilarious. Not the death of George Floyd. No, I don't think that was funny at all. But this guy right here, his name is Donald Williams, right? So Donald Williams, you probably don't know his name. You probably never seen his face in your life. But he's the guy in the video where Derek Chauvin's knee is on the neck of George Floyd, and he's yelling at him like, get the F off him and what have you, right? So, well, this guy, I don't know if you guys know this, but this guy, he actually sued the city of Minneapolis. Yeah, he sued them. I know George Floyd's family, they sued Minneapolis, but this guy did as well. He sued them for emotional distress, pain, suffering, humiliation, and embarrassment. Hey, listen, the whole George Floyd thing is not funny, but if you're not laughing right now about this buffoon, I don't know, maybe you just don't think anything is funny anymore. So anyway, so this guy, he did testify at the trial where Derek Chauvin was sentenced to, what did he get, 20 years in prison or something like that? Yeah, he's going to do a long time. He's going to have a really, really rough time. He's actually already having a rough time in prison because I believe he almost got killed. Anyways, so, this guy, he testified at the trial. He stated what he's seen, Derek Chauvin doing the kneeling on the neck and so forth and so on. Well, so he sued the city. But he only sued them for $50,000, right? Now, I don't know why he didn't sue for $500,000. Maybe he was thinking that, this is kind of like a BS lawsuit, but, I might have something here. Maybe a lawyer told him, hey, just go for $50,000. Take the $50,000, use it for your college education or down payment for a house or, buy a car, whatever the hell it is that you want to do with the money. So he sued for the $50,000. And also, by the way, while he was yelling at the cops to get off of George Floyd, the cops did threaten him with pepper spray, right? They shook the pepper spray. I forgot which one did it. And they said, hey, do you want to get maced? Do you want to get pepper sprayed? And he probably said no. So in court documents, this Mr. Donald Williams says that, he's suffering emotional distress, pain, suffering. I don't get the humiliation part, but he says, quote, everywhere I go, I see George Floyd. If I look to my left, I see George Floyd. If I look to my right, I see George Floyd. I see him everywhere and it haunts me. It absolutely, it's very painful to me, right? So the Minneapolis City Council, because they're very progressive, right? These are the same idiots that wanted to defund the police. If you can absolutely believe it. They want to defund the police. So who are you going to call when, crime arrives? You're going to call Ghostbusters? No, you'd probably call the police or the sheriffs. So not only did Donald Williams' ridiculous story tug at the heartstrings of the Minneapolis City Council, not only did they rule in his favor, they actually gave him more money than he asked for. He asked for $50,000. They said, we're going to triple that, young man. They gave him $150,000 for him simply witnessing what took place and yelling at the police. He got $150,000, right? And he says, quote, it's for my emotional distress and it's for my medical expenses or my possible future medical expenses. Now, honestly, guys, does anybody really believe that this guy is going to incur any kind of medical expense over this? Huh? Is smoking weed and drinking beer, is that a medical expense? I mean, if he's truly traumatized, I guess it could be if you really want to get technical. So anyways, so he got $150,000. I don't know if it's tax-free. I don't know if he has to pay taxes, but regardless if you have to pay taxes or not, he's still going to get at least $110,000 of it after if he has any attorney fees or whatever. So let's just say, maybe the, city council seen that he was going to have to pay attorney fees and he's going to have to pay taxes or whatever. So there you go. $150,000. By the way, I love when these city council people, because it's taxpayer money. Nobody really cares. Did you know that since this is this is a ridiculous, what I'm about to say. It says online that ever since the George Floyd, basically riots ended, the Minneapolis, the city has paid $50 million in claims. Like whether it comes to the interactions with the police or anything along those lines. $50 million. So I'm assuming a large chunk of that is for George Floyd. And then the rest has been paid for people suing, people making claims against the city. $50 million. That whole thing cost $50 million. And I'm only talking about Minneapolis. We're not even talking about what took place around the country. Do you know how many billions of dollars? I forgot how many people died. I want to say it was like a dozen or probably more. And then in Chicago, the streets were absolutely going crazy. In the future, I'm debating on whether I want to do a video about it where I would go to the locations and show like where the buildings were burned down and just kind of do a before and after video and talk about the people that were killed. We might go ahead and do that. I'm not really sure. We'll see. But anyways, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Absolutely. Listen, I think it's ridiculous, but I'm just a guy in my van talking at Walmart convenience store getting a cup of coffee. Anyways, guys, I'll catch up with you later. Have a good one. Peace out.